Hello, I'm Danny, this is Big Bots Little Bots Unbots, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the ASUS ROG Ally. Let's jump into it. Big Bots Little Bots. Okay, so ASUS Republic of Gamers is launching its new handheld, a bit like the Steam Deck and the AO Neo, but it's a RGB filled Republic of Gamers edition. So I'll be honest, I'm not sure if this handheld's going to hit it off or not yet. Now, the main problem with the market competition is that there's not much, because when it comes down to it, the Steam Deck does what 90% of gamers want. It's affordable, it can play most games, it's constantly being updated, so that game list is always getting bigger, people are making their own fixes for it, so it's constantly evolving, people use it as an emulation device, etc. Now, with the launch of the ASUS Ally in the future, typically ASUS Republic of Gamers products are premium, they're not cheap, and yeah, again, we're probably not looking at a cheap product. But what I do like about it is the innovation. Now you can attach a external graphics card to it. Why you'd want to attach a 4090 to it, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, from what I could see, the wire that connects it isn't really that long, so it's not as though you could throw it in your backpack, for example, and have the lead running along your sleeve and playing it in handheld mode. It looks a bit cumbersome. That's my opinion on it anyway. But with this, it then made me think, you know, like back in the day, there was a really cool time when, I say cool time, people think it's crazy. And it is a little bit crazy, but that's what I love. We're going back to sort of like 2016. So around that time, we had like these, for example. These are Enco running shoes, and they've got full-on suspension, and they're still covered in mud because I haven't cleaned them off yet. People think that's crazy, but even more so was probably ASUS Republic of Gamers around that time, because they had already launched a GX800, which was the world's first water-cooled laptop. Then around 2016, they decided to set up the ante again and release the ASUS Republic of Gamers GX800VHK. Now this laptop had 64 gigs of RAM, I think it was 4.2 gigahertz when it was overclocked, and two 1080s in SLI. It had a Magtech keyboard and yeah, obviously a water cooling unit. Now, it's quite cumbersome. It's an 18-inch laptop, and yeah, it's sort of legendary. I mean, ASUS puts it in their marketing package because it was like a major milestone. Now, they said at the time it was created for, not for every gamer, but it was for gamers that wanted top spec for the time. I mean, it had Thunderbolt 3, it had a 4K 60Hz display. I mean, 4K on the monitor at that time was like unheard of, really. Jump forward, we now have Republic of Gamers Ally, and that's got the external graphics card potential. Now, out of the two, for me, I still think the laptop wins at every time, because again, it's a bit cumbersome having that graphics card, and I think that takes away from the portability of it. Now, like the laptop, that's arguably the same thing because you've got the water cooling, but it still did run well, the same as this I'm sure will, without the external add-on basically. But I just think for the time, this was sort of groundbreaking. Now, it never took off. You can buy external water coolers now for laptops, but no one really does that, let's be honest. Yeah, there's just not many around, so I'm gonna start making some videos GX800VHK, because the last time there was any actual like new videos posted, I believe, was 2016. So yeah, maybe 2017, but I digress. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is more crazy? The ROG Ally with its external graphics card capabilities, or the Republic of Gamers GX800, and what would you prefer if you had the choice? So for anyone thinking, how are you going to make videos on that laptop? Well, because I have one here. If you're interested in following this little series I'm going to make, then please subscribe. I'm Danny. It's Big Bots, Little Bots, Arm Bots. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Big Bots, Little Bots.